What is up, people? So just coming at you basically with just a very kind of quick video about what exactly If It Fits Your Macros is, what is flexible dieting, how does it work, why is it beneficial, why do people do it. So I know it's probably the biggest dieting method right now out there on social media, obviously, but there's new people coming into the fitness and kind of workout world every single day. So it's just for kind of newbies and people who have just started their fitness journey, who are looking at kind of different diet alternatives. This is really just kind of flexible dieting in a nutshell. So get started. Pretty much, so flexible dieting, or If It Fits Your Macros, IIFYM, pretty much it's a dieting technique used so that you don't have to restrict any foods out of your diet. The idea is that it's sustainable. The idea is that there's no such thing as like a cheat meal almost. It's that you can eat whatever you want as long as it fits within your set macronutrient profile. Obviously your macronutrient profile will change depending on if you're looking to put on weight or lose weight. So basically, what are macronutrients? Macronutrients are the three main nutrients that make up any food. You've got protein, you've got fats, and you've got carbs as well. And the idea behind If It Fits Your Macros is to have a balance of all three, and depending on everyone's macro profile is going to be different, because depending on how much you weigh, how how tall you are, and what your end goal is going to depend on how much of each macro you can have. And the idea is that each macro altogether, so all three of your macro allowances, protein, fats and carbs, makes up your daily caloric intake. So it's about breaking down your daily caloric intake to protein, fats and carbs. The reason why it's such an effective dieting tool is because it's incredibly, I'm going to say, easy, because rather than restricting all these foods and feeling like you can't have anything, flexible dieting is fantastic, because it means you can have whatever you want as long as it fits your macros. Now, a fantastic tool to use to help you track your macros, something that I use, is an app called MyFitnessPal. So what MyFitnessPal does is you can customize your own settings, or you can have the app preset them for you. But you put in your age, you put in your height, you put in your weight, and then you put in your goal weight as well. And it'll ask you whether you're looking to gain weight and lose weight. And it'll also ask you, the speed at which you're looking to gain or lose that weight. Is it a quarter kilo a week? Is it half a kilo a week? Is it 3/4 of a kilo a week? Or is it a kilo a week? And depending on your goal and how quick you want to achieve that goal and the kind of progress you want to see will depend on what macronutrient breakdown you get. And usually it's a fairly balanced macronutrient profile you get. So I mean, I'll give you an example for what I'm currently working with. So I'm trying to put on weight. I'm trying to put on half a kilo a week. My macronutrients, so my total calorie intake, is just over 3,200 on a daily basis. That's what I need to intake to put on half a kilo a week. My fat content is 110 grams of fat. My protein is 205. And my carbohydrates is 340, I believe, off the top of my head. So what that means is when I am prepping my meals, or even if I'm out and I haven't prepped my meals and I'm buying food, I use this app all the time, and it's got a fantastic function where you can scan barcodes and it will give you the macro breakdown of pretty much everything out there. You can type in a restaurant name, Nando's, Burger King, whatever it is, and it will show you, pretty much have the whole menu loaded on there. So whatever you eat, you can load into the app and it will actually track for you, how much fat you have left, how much protein you have left, and how much carbs you have left. And it's a fantastic way to really stay structured in your diet. So for example, if I know I'm going to go out for dinner, what I can do is, the night before, 99% of restaurants have the nutritional information available online, so I can see where I'm going to go, I can look at the menu, I can decide what I'm going to order. I can then put that into my app, and then I can then structure my meals around it, because then I know if that's what I'm having for dinner, I can then put that into the app for the next day and see how much of my macros I've got left, so then I can structure my meal prep around how many macros I have left. This has been proven to work, guys, in terms of flexible dieting. You know, a lot of big name YouTubers out there follow flexible dieting. You know, obviously you've got Lex Griffin, Matt Ogus, Chris Lovato, you know, Steve Cook. You know, a lot of the big names follow If It Fits Your Macros. And, you know, for myself, who, you know, does have a full-time job, I find it's an effective way to make sure that I know I'm on track, because there are nights I get home late and I don't prep my meals. You know, I don't do meal prep. Then it just means that I'm then, you know, buying food out, but it just means that I'll make sure I can buy food that has the information in my Fitness Pal, so then I can find what I'm eating, put it into the app, and I can still stay on track. And it just means as well, if I've got the macros left, if I am really craving a donut, a biscuit, whatever it might be, I can put it into the app and I can still make it fit. I can still make it work for me. So it's a really good way to make sure that you're, you know, happy dieting, basically. It's a really good way to do that. In terms of things I would say to look out for if you do follow If It Fits Your Macros or flexible dieting, is eating a lot of processed rubbish. You do see a lot of guys posting on social media that are following If It Fits Your Macros, you know, these just horrendous amounts of processed food that they're eating, and it's fine because it fits your macros. Something to bear in mind, guys, is with If It Fits Your Macros, obviously something like my Fitness Pal does also show you your sugar allowance, it shows you your cholesterol, and it shows you your vitamin requirements as well. So something to bear in mind, guys, if you're having tons and tons and tons of this processed stuff and you're hitting your protein, fats and carbs, yeah, fantastic. Aesthetically, it's probably going to work for you, but in terms of your internal health, guys, you need to make sure you're looking at that as well. So you need to look at things like your cholesterol, your sugar, and also, you know, your vitamin requirements as well. You need to make sure you're hitting those micronutrients as well. So this is just a very quick video, guys, about kind of what If It Fits Your Macros is, what flexible dieting is, just kind of a very quick overview for people that are relatively new to the fitness world and people who are potentially looking for you know, a way to diet that is a little bit easier to get into, and something that makes them feel that it's not too restrictive. Because I think going from absolutely no exercise and never dieting before to straight into Tupperwares of chicken, rice, broccoli and asparagus, it's exceptionally hard, guys, and you're probably not going to stick at it, and it's not very sustainable. But If It Fits Your Macros is incredibly sustainable. It's fantastic, because it just means you can still go out and enjoy yourself and have a social life and enjoy those meals without considering them to be cheating, or without considering them to be kind of something you shouldn't be doing. But just a very quick video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions about flexible dieting, I'm not a nutritionist from any sense of the word, but I've been doing flexible dieting sort of since I started training. So if you've got any kind of questions, if I know the answer, I'll be more than happy to help. Pop them in the comment section below, and I'll be more than happy to help you out as best I can. Thanks a lot, guys.